this is the only guaranteed way I know to make $1 million a year net. Hey, it's Abdul here. And every time I do this, I end up creating a company that nets me at least $1 million. And I've done this about 4 times. Here's an example of one of the companies. As you can see, to this day, it's making money. Today so far, $8,000. Yesterday, you could see here, there's about $35,000 the day before. It's made money. This day, obviously, this is a $30,000 sale that came in, so about $40,000. The day before that, $72,000. Money's coming in every single day. And for that company, I did this about 3 years ago. But every time I do what I'm about to show you, I just print money. It's not the easiest thing, but in about 8 to 12 months, you can net $1 million. Okay, so let's get into it. The first thing is you need this edge. Okay, you need to start your day at 5 a.m. People can argue, hey, you know what? I like to work in the evening. It just doesn't work. There's just way too many distractions happening, and doesn't matter how talented you are. You could be very intelligent. You could be very savvy, but let's face it. If you want to make 6 figures, sure, you could be lazy. But if you want to make 7 figures net, $1 to $5 million net, you must do this. Here's a perfect example, right? One of the most talented people in tennis, I love tennis, play it 2 times a week. One of the most talented people is Nick Kyrgios. There was a Netflix documentary about this too. And this guy, everyone says he's such a natural talent, very high natural talent. But guess what? How much does he make? Well, nothing close to Djokovic, who's the world champion. Okay, look at Djokovic, 88 ATP tennis titles. Okay, 88. How much does Nick Kyrgios have? He's got 6 ATP titles, right? What's the difference between these two guys? Djokovic puts in about 42 to 77 hours of practice in tennis every single week. Okay, Nick Kyrgios, yes, high natural talent, right? But only 6 to 14 hours of practice. This is the difference, guys. When you put in, here, you could see the math over here. When you put in 5 times the effort, you get over here 20 times the net worth. Okay, literally, he's got about 20 times, 15 times more trophies. Okay, look at all these trophies. Look at this guy's, what such a boss. All these trophies, and this guy has only 6 trophies. Okay, and $8 million net worth. So you start your day at 5 a.m. and then do a quick morning routine. Doesn't have to be long. Get the blood flow going. Get, feel awake. Drink your morning coffee. I like to sometimes go for a swim, or I go to the gym. Okay, this can take about 1 to 2 hours. But then when you wake up at 5 a.m., you have so much time, right? So what you do after that is you just block this window of 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. It could be 6 as well, but 7 minimum. I need 5 hours of work time minimum. Okay, that's like 6 to 5 hours of deep work. During this time, you don't have your phone with you. You're in a room, locked up with your headphones on, just locked in. Okay, just completely locked in. No phone, no meetings. Tell your whole team, tell your staff, tell your business partners, I'm locked in till 12 o'clock, right? You don't need your phone with you. Keep it in the other room, right? Put it all away, and then start going through your work. And I'm going to talk about exactly the type of work that you need to be doing, because if you're locked in, you're not doing the right work, none of this even matters. Okay, but you need to be in a place where you're dialed in, and you're going to do all these things that I'm going to get into that can help you create a $1 million net minimum. Okay, when I do this, it's gotten me to 1 million to 4 or 5 million a year net. So when you work during these 5 hours, right, 5 hours of deep work every single day, your days need to be the same every single day. Okay, Monday to Friday, same days. Have a focus timer next to you. Okay, people have started talking about this. It works really well. Put a timer for 45 to 60 minutes. Work without any distraction, 45 to 60 minutes. Then you put that thing aside. After 45, 60 minutes, get up, go for a little walk, go to the washroom, drink some water, do some push-ups, come back in within 15 minutes and start all over again. Okay, don't get distracted. Don't check your phone. Don't check your phone during this time. I've learned the hard way. Okay, your phone will completely obliterate your work. Okay, and plan the night before exactly what you're going to do, and then use a tracking form. I like to do this at the end of the day. I write down everything I did, okay, for those 5 hours, everything that I completed, and it becomes a great tracker for you, and then you hold it accountable. Okay, so on your calendar, you create a time block. okay, for these 5 hours. And at the end of the 5 hours, you're just filling out your Google Docs form, tracking form. And in this, you're asking yourself the questions: rate my productivity today, 1 out of 10. Obviously, what you got done, the 3 to 5 activities you got done today, and what you could do better next time around. Just as simple as that. Doesn't have to be super complex. Just these 3 things. Then you move on to the rest of your day. After 12 o'clock, you're free. Now you can do the busy work from 12 to 4. You can do busy work 12 to 5 depending on your day. Now your team knows you're available. Have your lunch at 12 o'clock, right? And let your team know, okay, now you can take sales calls. Now you can hop on meetings. Now you can touch base with clients, whatever it is that you need to do. That's the time now, okay? Now, this does not seem easy, right? And to be honest, it's not, but you get used to it, okay? And you learn to love it. Okay, and you can learn to love it if you have the right mindset. Okay, so what I continue reminding myself is 7 out of 10 effort will continue my struggle. It will prolong my struggle. Okay, and there's this saying as well. It goes something like, you love your work and you don't work a day of your life, or you can hate your work, you'll have to continue hating it, right? Something along those lines. I'm butchering it. But when you love your work, you don't work a day of your life. And that is so true. So these are the mindset shifts that I continue reminding myself. First and foremost, I visualize in your form. You can even have like what your future looks like. So you see it every single day whenever you fill out the form. And I remind myself that I love to work because that's the only way I can guarantee my success. And I can guarantee what my life looks like 3 years from now. Okay? I can guarantee how my life looks like 3 years from now. So if you want that nice penthouse apartment, you want to live in front of the ocean, you want to live in front of the beach, you want to travel the world, you want to help out your family, you can do all that. 2 times the effort, 10 times the income. Just look at this right here. Nick Kyrgios, Novak Djokovic, right? 3-4 times the effort, a lot more, 20 times the income, right? So same thing here. Do it for 12 months, you're going to see the results, right? 8 to 12 months, you'll see results in a big way. Your life will completely change. Another thing I remind myself is this work is what it will allow me to sponsor 1,000 orphans and provide for my family, right? Family members, emergencies happen all the time, right? And it does when people need you, your cousins, your uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, when they need help. Be the person worthy that they can call you for help, Love the work and you don't work a day your whole life. So that is the mindset. Now let's get into what do you actually do during this deep work? Are you taking calls? Are you doing sales calls? No. Sales calls super important, and I'll get into that too. But we are going to focus on the $1,000 to $10,000 per hour activities. Okay, a lot of people get stuck over here. Customer follow-up, writing emails, blah blah blah, all these like admin tasks that you can pay someone to take care of. But like we like to focus here, right? $10,000 to $1,000 per hour activities. Okay, and I want you to think of this time as like the bank you're building that's going to pay you after 90 days. It's not like a paycheck, right? When you're working at a job, you get immediate gratification, right? You're going to get paid every 2 weeks. Here, you don't get paid every 2 weeks. You get paid after 90 days. Whatever you do today, 90 days from now, you're going to make money. Now, getting leads is the 80-20 activity. You build the machine that is going to get you the business. Think about, you are the grizzly bear that is going to find, I'm from Canada, so obviously it makes sense, right? You find that river flow where all the salmon are jumping up. And think about you get in front of the best river with hundreds of salmon just jumping up every hour. And as a grizzly bear, all you do is you open your mouth and you're getting some food in your mouth, right? You don't even have to be a great hunter. All you do is you open your mouth and you get some protein. And that's exactly what this 80-20 activity is, getting lead. Your deep work needs to be what builds your inbound funnel, okay? Inbound or outbound. But lifeblood of every business is this right here, getting leads. You can hire a salesperson, but you cannot outsource this. You cannot hire an agency to build this for you. You have to do this yourself. Doesn't matter what business you're in. But if you build this, or like a partner in the company should be doing this, right? When they do this, that's how you make the big bucks. So yeah, keep in mind 90-day delay to whichever action you do. So this is what I'm usually doing. And these hours are just like a baseline, but like this can change, right? So all these activities here are $1,000 to $10,000 per hour activities. I am working on these activities 4 to 5 hours a day, crafting my offer, improving my VSL, improving my marketing funnel is a high leverage activity. So if you have an agency business, that's what you're doing. You're figuring out how to get as many clients as possible through the door. If you have a digital product business or a physical product business or a software business, that is what you're doing, right? Making sure you're getting leads, you're getting customers, and you're building your sales machine. YouTube content. We live in a day and age of like low consumer trust, and so they need to know you to buy from you as well. And that's what YouTube content is so good for. And for me, that's a big leverage point. And for you, it could be LinkedIn, it could be other traffic sources. Like create content, create thought leadership, because when you create thought leadership, that is your moat. That is what differentiates you from the competition, right? They'd rather buy from someone that they have invested time on knowing and learning from than a stranger that just runs an ad and expects you to fork $5,000 just off of an ad, right? So create YouTube content. Even if you get 500 views, think about it this way. You have an agency business and you're creating content which gets 100 views, dentists, right? Like, it's funny, actually, one of my first videos was for dentists. So your video towards dentists could get hundreds of views, just 100, let's say 100 views. And out of those 100 views, 30 of those are dentists that have their own practice. It's like presenting in front of a group of 30 dentists and you're selling your services, which might be $50,000 a year, right? And if you create one YouTube video every single day that gets 100 views, that is 30 dentists every day watching your stuff. And then every video is an micro asset. So even after like that initial 100 views, you'll still get 10 views a day or 5 views a day. Again, this now asset that you've created is going to continue getting clients for you. So it is a deep work activity. Lead magnet. Again, in an environment of low trust, people want to see products from you for either free or like $50. And then you create a really good product and they have a great experience, they find it useful, they're gonna buy from you. Don't be like those douchebags that are creating just super shitty products. No, create something really impressive and solid, and people are gonna wanna work with you because 99% of people don't do that, right? Organic posts. Well, when you create YouTube content, then you can repurpose your content into a LinkedIn post and a Twitter post. And once you have like 150, 200 posts, you can now rework them and keep on rotating through all these posts. So that's very helpful. For B2B, newsletters work really well as well, and you can repurpose your videos into newsletters. If your audience doesn't watch YouTube content, then just create a newsletter and just get people into a newsletter. So for service companies that are special, like B2B, this is a great way, cold DMs, cold email, sending it out to your market. If you're prospecting, if you are, let's say, selling to software companies, your service, what happens if you just reach out to 10 people with a super custom email every single day during these 5 hours? Every single day, reach out to 10 companies. Well, after about 1 year, you have reached out to 3,000 software companies that have money, right? With a very custom message. You're gonna get business out of it. You close 1% of these people, you have 1% of 3,000 is 30 software companies that are probably paying you 10 grand a month. Now you have a company that's doing $300,000 a month, okay? That's getting the leads. And this is what's gonna get you the reward is 10 times the effort, 1,000 times the reward. And most people don't do that. Most people just do 1 times the effort, right? And then they get just 5 times the reward, or like maybe 2 times the reward. That's it. That's their return on effort. Whereas over here, the higher the effort, it's exponential. It's a 100x return on effort, right? 100x return on effort. And that's what the more effort you put in, the more exponential it gets. And that's what these 5 hours do, okay? When you do this, right? When you have really good lead magnets, when you've done really good marketing, when you're creating an environment of trust, you get better buyers, okay? You get easier sales. You get better fulfillment because people trust what you have to offer. And in this time, right, these are the most three important things you could do: offer creation, offer expansion, lead generation activities, product creation. Now, product creation is also part of it. So creating lead magnets, making sure your products are really good, because don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Once you get a customer, right? This is one of the biggest mistakes in my career I made early on. One customer should be a customer for life. And if you create that type of fulfillment, like getting a customer, you know what's the most expensive part of a business, right? Most expensive part of a business, any guesses? Getting a customer. Oh man, when you do that, so what if you didn't have to retain a customer ever again, right? What if your fulfillment was so dialed in, you don't have to worry about getting customers? In the beginning of my career, I had over I got over 10,000 sales, and I wish I understood this, and my net worth would have been 10 times bigger if I really understood this. Every customer you get should become a customer for life, and you do this with these things, okay? You create such a good experience for your people. Even before they buy, they're going to trust you so much more that even when, let's say, they don't get the results, even if they don't get the results, they will see, oh, it was either their fault because you did your best. And that is the secret for ascension, okay? When you deliver an outstanding product, service, that now one customer that bought a $1,000 product will buy a $10,000 product from you, okay? And he will also bring 3 other friends. And that's how you have exponential growth in your business. And you can get to over $1 million a year net. So how does this work out? You want to know, okay, Abdul, how do I make $1 million net here? Now, let's say you have a service business, okay? When you do these activities, you will get to a place, you're getting so many leads every single month. 10 is nothing. So what does the math actually look like? How many leads do you need to get? How many people actually close? Well, it really depends on your business, but like big picture, if your business is getting about 1,000 leads every single month, which is very, very doable with all these activities that you're going to be pulling off, and you close it just 1% of those leads, that's about 10 clients. Now, your close could be a lot higher than just 1%, especially when you're creating all this organic content. People watch your stuff over and over again, and they're like, hey man, I'm ready to buy. This guy gives so much content. But let's say you even close 1%. We do 1% without any organic. And we would get anywhere from, for our brands, anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000, 30,000 leads a month. And it would be 1% without any organic. Now, with organic, it could be 2-3 times that. So by organic, I mean, content on YouTube and all that. If you close 1%, that is 10 clients for $2,000 a month product, especially for like a service agency, right? 1% close, $2,000 a month client, you're making $20,000 a month. You do that for 10 months and you get to $200,000. A healthy service business operates at about 40% margins. At this scale, you're making $80,000 a month net after 10 months. And this is just what beginners can do. If you're more advanced and you're targeting a good niche, you know how to sell, you could be selling a $5,000 a month product, and you could also, you can get to 100K a month of new business every single month if you're more advanced. So you can create a 8-figure service business within 1 year with this method, or you can create a 8-figure product business like I have multiple times using this exact method. So hope this helps you guys. It's not the easiest thing, but it is worth it, right? 10 times the effort, 1,000 times the reward. So let's make it happen. This is the only way I know, as guaranteed as possible, to make $1 million a year net.